One of the best things about the Workspace for Education Standard and Plus feature is that in the reporting, you've obviously got all of your logs, but you can actually, with one very simple toggle, enable export of all of your activity and usage logs to BigQuery. This will happen on a daily basis automatically. And in practice, what that looks like is you end up with two tables created in a BigQuery project. You'll see here, I've now got data going back for almost 2 years since the moment I set this up. And you can see all the logs across your admin, login, classroom, etc. And you can go ahead and, if you're familiar with SQL, write your own queries and see what's happening here automatically. But what's really great is once this is in BigQuery, you can use Google Data Studio projects to automatically visualize that data and share that with whoever you need. So I've got a couple of examples I'm going to showcase here. So this first one gives me an overview of what's happening across my school. And I can see logins, authorized apps if I want to. And you'll see that I can actually extract some data around devices. And this gives me a really good insight, for example, as to how my users are accessing my workspace services or logging into workspace in general. I can also get some information around how Chrome's being used. And if I'm interested, I can go and find out about how Meet's being used across my organization. And I can see that in this case, nearly 50% of my users are accessing Meet on Android. And that's really insightful, just as it is. Perhaps if I've been going through home learning, I might want to actually identify, are my students accessing this on the best device for their learning? You can then get detailed information around third-party app usage, for example. We know this is really important for schools to find out how users are using their accounts to access third-party apps, and you can drill into these in a bit more detail. And going even further, if you want to find out a bit more around how Classroom is being used, we have a full engagement report template that you can simply copy and paste and automatically insert your own data from your own BigQuery project, which gives you a real deep insight into how Classroom is being used. And as before, you can drill down and have a detailed look as to how teachers are using Google Classroom. So which teachers are setting the most materials, for example, how many grades they're assigning, how many assignments they're returning. You can do the same for students if you wish, and drill this down either by individual student, or perhaps you want to just go through and view students from a particular organization unit to see how they're using the tools. So really, really great features, very simple to configure. Once you have BigQuery standard, Workspace for Education standard or plus, simply enable the export in the admin console. It will automatically add that into a BigQuery project for you, and you can then use Google Data Studio to visualize that data with ease.